these guys are gonna go try to help out Winnowing Reach by finding a witch and maybe killing her, maybe saving her life. They're gonna figure that out as they go. Uh, uh, our friend, not Rin. Rin is Alyssa, but our friend Q looked at the charm that they found in the Modkin Caverns and determined now that it is a nest charm.
You know what that is.
So by placing this charm on the ground and speaking its command word, which you can determine yourselves, you cause it to unfold, creating a 30-foot diameter circular platform of interwoven branches. Once the platform has reached its full size, a magical tree grows beneath it, lifting the platform 50 feet into the air, carrying any passengers and items along with it. This perch lasts up to 8 hours, at which point the tree will retreat into the ground, and the platform will shrink, eventually curling back into its small charm. At any time, the command word can be spoken again to dismiss the perch in a similar fashion. And once it's used, it cannot be used again till the next dawn, so you can use it once a day. And I can send you all that info too.
Damn, we're gonna sleep in that thing every night.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, this is definitely a cool one, and it's super pretty. I'll also try to get better chat about putting the pictures up on the thing, but it's this really pretty little like nest looking thing, and yeah, you can make yourself a 50-foot high freaking tree once a day, and that's pretty sweet.
Okay.
Oh, was I just showing things to you guys on the camera, but you can't see me? Well, the internet saw it, and I showed you it last week, so, you know, hopefully you all remember.
Cool.
All right, so you were going to see Eliza, your kitty cat person friend, that is in the middle of the square selling her wares. Right?
Is she watching all the guys at work?
What? Work. And I can kind of point out. So this is Eliza's right here in the middle is where Eliza's thing is.
Look at that.
It's the first thing I do.
We're
is
all
just
like,
look at it.
whoa.
Does that say Eliza on it?
No, it has the number 9. And then I know that the number 9 means it is Eliza's card. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a letter number 4. I can't see.
Well, like, there's like a little
No,
banner
but there's a
above it
little
that
word
looks
on
like
the
it.
banner. Yeah.
Oh, it does. Yep, it does say Eliza.
Man.
And kind of the bird folk. The bird folk language is cool. Maybe in future weeks I'll try to put some examples of that, but they literally make it look like bird scratch, which is just the way I write, which is just wonderful. It's just let's add it to the game.
Where does Walden live?
Yeah.
Oh, Walder Frey is in. He has the big house right over here, because he is in fact the magistrate for the town.
Yeah.
Rather important fellow.
And where's the place we've been sleeping?
That's down here in the bottom right corner.
Okay.
You can see that it's kind of connected to some of the surrounding trees, the tree buildings, by this walkway. It has the kind of big spiral staircase coming up from the bottom too. So
that's cool.
I think those are really the only places you've been so far in the town. One of the things I think I'm going to like about having this is I try to point out some things to you, but sometimes having the map in front of you is like, ooh, that building looks cool. Now I want to explore it more. I just want you guys to feel as if you can explore this world as much as you possibly want.
What's that water place?
You have no idea. You haven't looked at anything else.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to stop making that face in the camera because it is not cute.
So
oh God, I can see it.
Yes. So you all walk up to Eliza's cart. She looks quite happy. She's talking to a couple customers. As it is, it's kind of mid-morning now. Good time. There's a good amount of foot traffic, and she seems as if she's unloaded some stuff from her cart. Definitely not piled big and high quite as much as it was. Of course, she did give some wares to the lot of you for saving her life and getting her this far. But yeah, she's kind of chatting up some people. She sees you and kind of like gives a big smile and a nod, and then continues to schmooze and customer service her way into hopefully another sale. Uh, she kind of like looks a little disappointed as these people seem to walk away without buying something, but maybe they'll be back later. As you all walk up, and Eliza turns to you and says, "Hi, hey guys. Um, uh, you you're not thinking of leaving. You're not leaving right now, right? I think I might be able to sell a little bit more and have a little extra money when we get to the big city, and then also it's just easier to pull this thing when there's not so much on it.
So
But if you
that's why we came to talk to you. We need to stay a bit longer, but you don't seem to have a problem with that. So.
Oh, that works out so well. No, I don't have a problem. I mean, if you all needed to leave right now, of course I would go with you. You guys are the ones getting me nice and safely to the Alder Heart, and I don't want to hold you up anymore. But if you're gonna be here anyway, yeah, that works out perfect for me. I heard you've been doing some work for the magistrate. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we're like bros with Walter now.
Oh,
And me.
So you've been here in town talking to a lot of people. Have you heard anything about some strange stuff going on out in the swamps out there? Maybe people or magic going on out there? Anything weird people have reported to you?
let me make a little roll here for Eliza. Um, yeah, I've heard some things about uh, something coming over from the swamp area. Uh, I guess before it used to be pretty easy to traverse, that kind of thing. Now people don't seem to go there too much. I don't know too much about what's happened, but the general feeling is that people don't like to go over that way. Haven't heard too much. I'm not prying, but definitely when I'm asking about the landscape, what's around, trying to chat people up, that's not the place that anyone seems to go.
So, I mean, it seems like maybe Walter isn't lying to us. I mean, he says there's an evil witch out in the swamps and no one wants to go into the swamps. I don't know, maybe there's something to this.
Does he have you going to the swamps?
Maybe. Yeah.
Eliza, you're very nosy.
I don't want to pry. No. I don't want to pry. I'm just curious.
Well,
Before we go to the swamps, I want a new hat. Eliza, have you gotten any hats in since we last saw you? All you gave me was a dumb shovel.
I haven't gotten any new wares. I'm trying to sell some stuff and get rid of it. There is, I think, roll a d20 for me. Oh, make a persuasion check, I think, because you're not really investigating. You're not looking for it. You're trying to persuade her to tell you.
You said a perception?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
That's 14, not bad. So she looks at you and says, I think one of the other carts over there is that they have a lot of like accessories, hats, belts, fancy looking things. A little on more the expensive side, but if you're doing work for the magistrate, maybe you have some extra coin.
he doesn't pay that well.
Oh.
So, Eliza, nosy. So nosy.
No, I didn't even ask a question. I was just saying.
All right, I'm going to get myself a hat. I'm going to go over to this cart and get a hat.
All right, you go over, and when you get there, there is a servant there, right? So this young buck with horns sticking out, half a foot from either side of his head, kind of sitting there, legs crossed on a stool, just looking very relaxed in like the morning sun, and looks over at you when you come, and he says, Hi, hello.
Hi, I would like to buy a hat, please.
Oh, yep, I have plenty of hats. Uh, what's your style? What exactly are you looking for?
I want it giant and imposing.
Oh, well, hmm. I have some pretty big sun hats over here. I do have this one made of straw. It kind of gives a kind of rural feel.
I want to feel more like a badass pirate.
A pirate? Ooh. Oh, I've heard stories of pirates off to the south of here. Sounds like dangerous stuff to me. Oh, let me see. I have this fedora. It's not so big though. Let's see what else. And starts like standing up. You notice he seems to have extra stuff on top of this um, cart as well, and he's kind of like looking, digging through, seeing what's up there. It's out of the eyes of most people, but this servant is pretty tall. Um, and as he's digging, oh wait, oh this might be it. Roll an investigation check for me, Rin. See what you find.
Investigation.
Okay, not bad. Um, I do have, well, I don't know what kind of hat exactly you're looking for. Never seen a pirate myself, but um, and he brings down this big hat. It is not a pirate hat, right? It is very floppy. You can tell, whereas like the straw hat he has is like very structural, is going to keep its structure as it is. This one is extremely floppy, has the potential of like, unless you keep the sides folded down, it might fall down in front of your face as you go. You can definitely tell it's the kind that would like bounce as you walk. It is a faded pink. It might have been a much brighter pink long ago, but at this point it's a bit faded. It looks possibly a bit moth-eaten, um, but it is a rather big floppy pink hat if you so choose to purchase it.
Is that the only hat you have?
It's
Aside from the other two that I don't like and I've already rejected?
it's the biggest one. The fashion out here has mostly been things that block the sun from your eyes or really tiny petite hats. I have very small hats. You're
No,
of a small head. It might be normal sized on you.
I guess I'm not meant to have a hat.
Sorry. I'll try to up my wares as I travel around. Perhaps I'll be able to have more hats in the future.
All right, I'm gonna walk back to my friends looking really sad.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Can I look at the group and look at the guy she was just talking to and be like, "Hey guys, just quick poll. This horn of the witch. Raise your hands if you thought it was like horn or like doo 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 horn."
I thought it was an
'Cause
instrument.
I definitely thought like a doo 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 horn.
Oh, I thought a doo-doo horn.
Oh, the gypsy horn.
I thought like a demonic call comes from it.
Maybe
Like an army summoning horn, you know?
Oh no, I thought it was like a unicorn horn, but evil.
Okay, I
just-
just want to make
I
sure.
had like a really graphic Dr. Pimple Popper image in my head.
Yeah, like definitely. Oh, I guess.
Like a sebaceous horn.
in case.
Ew, ew.
Sebaceous horn.
It's just a keratin buildup.
Yes.
I mean, we might have. Well, we might have to, but maybe we can acquire a horn do and make a horn do.
Either way, I think we gotta go see what this thing is.
What
I think
kind of
we're
horn
gonna
is
have to
it, Matt?
You don't know.
I think we're gonna have to
Yeah,
see
you
the
don't
witch
know.
first, and then make our call.
Do horn.
Maybe she
It might
made
be
a
easier to-
doo-doo-doo horn out of her horn.
It's a horn horn?
I mean, the
Yeah,
reason you call this a horn, right, is because they used to be made out of horns.
right.
Oh, again, I keep forgetting you guys can't see me right now. I'm pantomiming a lot over here. Uh,
All right, I guess let's just get going.
Yeah.
Wasting the time on a
Solve the
paper.
mystery.
As everyone starts to walk away, can I just kind of sneak over to that hat vendor and just, how much for the straw hat?
the straw hat? Oh, it's pretty well made. That would be 8 silver pieces.
Hold on to it for me. I got some money coming my way. I'll be back later.
Okay.
But we have gold pieces. What's the gold to silver?
Yeah, so each gold piece is worth 10 silver pieces.
Oh, I actually have more money than I thought. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm still pretty poor. I'll tell him I'll be back.
Okay.
All right. So I guess we're heading out of town then, right?
All right.
Let's go.
Onward.
Team awesome.
All right. You all make your way out of the town, heading off towards the swamp. No, that is roll 20 sound. That is not something in your room.
I 100% thought there was something going by.
Oh, that was good. See, that is, I could have had that for the map change and everything. That was beautiful.
I have my noise canceling headphones. It's like I'm there.
Yeah. Oh, you're there. You're there.
Definitely have an AC with this.
So Team Awesome moves out of town and through the forest, going in the direction that they know the swamp to be. After a while, certainly the ground your feet start to sink into the ground a little bit more. You start seeing more and more small puddles from recent rains that have collected and not quite dissipated. And as you walk through, starting to slosh a little bit more, you come to what is the swamp proper. The trees here are a bit more bare up their trunks and more foliage at the tops due to what has obviously been some flooding of this area over time. A bit lower in elevation. There's lots of moss covering the trees about halfway up the trunks. And as you're walking, a fairly thick cloud of fog starts to cover a lot of the visible area. You can still see it a decent amount in front of you, but it does give kind of this eerie feeling of you're not sure what you're walking into beyond, the next 80 feet or so. As you are walking in this direction, can I have somebody roll a d8 for me? Pua, why don't you roll? You haven't rolled yet tonight.
Okay, hold on one sec. I'm typing something. And I hit a button and I made the computer angry. What am I rolling?
A d8.
Oh.
Go, Bula. Go.
Do it.
Boop.
Yeah.
I got an 8.
Noise.
Well, baby. I don't know if that's nice or not.
I went too low. I'm trying to bring it down a little bit. Okay. So as you are walking through the swamp, who had a really high passive perception? Was that you, Benson?
Yep, I think 15.
You have like a crazy high passive perception, right? Yeah. As you do, you start hearing a noise out. And as opposed to the otherwise rather nice day, honestly, even with this fog, it's still rather sunny with enough sun breaking through the canopy. You're hearing birds as they're going from tree to tree. But you hear something that sounds more humanoid off to the distance. But it's probably too far away to really make out exactly what it is. But it definitely seems to be loud, as if someone in some sort of distress, possibly. It's really hard to tell.
Did anyone else hear that sound? It's like some yelling or...
Witch.
I don't know, but it doesn't sound good. We might need to hurry this up. Maybe it's a human sacrifice or a sacrifice of some sort.
Witch.
Which even mean? I don't know. Well, maybe someone should go forward and investigate that has a lot of weapons. That's not me. I'm gonna just kind of step behind Rin. Maybe as a marsh bird, it made sense for me to be in front, but I'm gonna kind of step a little bit back and let Rin kind of take the lead, maybe of the marching order here, and see if we can start walking towards where that sound's coming from.
Okay, so you're all going, but Rin is taking the lead.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Found my lead.
So as you are going, you do, in fact, start hearing someone, and they seem to be yelling, and they sound a little upset, but trying to keep their calm. And every once in a while, you hear from well off in the distance, "Help! Please, somebody! Please!" And as you get closer and closer, you do see, as you're going, and you end up wading in probably what's about almost knee-deep water in this, and it is definitely a bit mucky. You can't really see where you're stepping too well as you're going forward. And then off in the distance, just at the edge of your vision where that fog breaks, you see a birdfolk. He seems to be a fairly young man, almost entirely white, except that he is filthy, right? And he is standing very still. His wings actually out beside him, almost to stabilize himself, and standing very still, but like filthy, mud-covered, definitely like dripping off of his wings as they're held out to the side. And he hasn't noticed you, but every once in a while he's yelling, "Is there anybody? Hello?"
Are there trees around?
There.
Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
try and like climb up a tree to just get a higher vantage point without him seeing me, so I could see if there's like if he's stuck in like a trap or something.
Yeah, sure. And with your super Mapok climbing skills, you just what's the opposite of retract? I don't know. Like you retract your claws, but how do you? What's it? Is there a word for it?
You shoot him out.
You shoot out the claw. You Wolverine these claws from the tips of your finger, and you climb up this tree. Absolutely. Once you're there, roll a perception check.
Okay.
She's a Corvum, not a Mopok there.
She's a Corvum.
She also
I have
talents, though.
I have talons though, so
You have
kinda the
talents.
same.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
You have sharp talons.
I have advantage on strength checks to climb. Oh, but I already am up
Yeah,
there.
that's
Never
why.
mind.
That's why I knew you had that. That's why I didn't even bother having you. Oh, nice. Okay. So you notice this creature is really trying to like balance and steady themselves, but little by little, as you sit there and watch him for a bit, he seems to be slowly sinking into the mud.
Okay. I'm gonna carefully climb back down.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell everybody else that I think it's a quicksand swamp. Because he is slowly going down, guys, and I think we should either skirt around him and we were never here, or we're gonna have to rescue him from afar.
We're gonna have to. We're not gonna.
Or just put him out of his misery. I'm pretty good with a bow.
God.
Help! Please, somebody help!
I can make a lasso?
You were cute. You both made lassos all day the other day.
So many lassos.
I can make a lasso.
So wait, are you saying we should make a lasso and save him?
We should help him. But I'm gonna go.
Yeah, we can't leave him there.
All right, let's lasso this dude out of the quicksand. That sounds like a great time on our way to a witch.
You put him in the quicksand. You don't know.
Just a witch, definitely.
Maybe he has a horn he can give us. some kind of strange growth on his shoulder or something. We could just
Yeah, and as you look ahead, where this bird folk was only up to about his navel before, he's about mid chest into this mud right now and like weeping. Like I said,
Oh.
he's in water, right? So like wherever he was walking, he was probably wading through water, but then stepped, on whatever's sucking him down there.
All right. Well, I was terrible at making a lasso last time, so not it.
So,
We need to get closer to see what's going on, but be careful, don't get too close. Can we go a little bit closer to where he is and just kind of watch? Can I watch out for kind of where the water starts, or
Yeah, you
I
kind
have
of
a
walk.
question.
Go ahead, Pua.
Is the like the mud or whatever he's sinking into like very wet?
You have to get. It looks like he's in water, right? Which so are you guys. I mean, you're in almost knee deep water at this point, right? It's covering the area where you're walking. But below you is what's fairly solid ground. Obviously, what is below him is not so solid ground. So Benson starts to approach, and as he does, uh, this gentleman sees you, and he oh yes, help! Don't come too close, but please help me.
can I take my quarterstaff and as I kind of walk forward, just kind of poke at the ground in front of me, just kind of looking to see when it softens up or if anything changes?
Yeah, definitely. Why don't you roll a survival check for me?
Sounds good.
survive, Benson.
Ooh.
Wow, a 26 survival. Uh, Yeah, not bad at all. Okay, so as you're going, there are a couple spots that you go and you feel the weakened ground under the water, and you kind of like weave your way through, not stepping on any of those spots. As this gentleman is like up past, it's going up past his check, almost up to where his neck is, just holding out his wings above the waterline, still dripping with mud. Um, as he says, "Oh, please help me! I'm scared."
How far away is he from me at this point?
With a man, you are close. You could with a 26 survival of used to get near him. Definitely, like you could reach out and he could, if he reaches enough, he can grab the end of your quarterstaff.
That's why I wanted to ask. I want to see if I can hold that out to him, see if he can get a grip on that, maybe while the rest of the group kind of follows the path that I've taken.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. So as you hold it out, he kind of like lunges forward a little bit and and then is like he's like holding on to the end of it with his head just craning up above the water line so it doesn't go underwater. But you can only see his head at this point underneath this mucky water. Why don't you roll a strength check to try and pull him out?
Be strong, Benson.
14. Yeah, that is good enough, definitely. As you do, and it takes some work, right? He is really stuck in there. But as you're pulling, his hands slipping on your quarterstaff as you're pulling, and he's trying to get a good grip. He does manage to get a good enough grip as you continue to pull. Eventually, being able to grab him by his muddy hand and help yank him with a sucking sound out of the mud.
all right, awesome.
Nice.
He's
Sorry,
He's-
were you going?
yeah, he's like shaking in what is, you're up to halfway up your thigh in water where you are right now. It does get pretty deep over here. And he is just sopping wet, soaked in mud, shivering in both fear and with the cold. As he just like like almost too scared to take another step. His wings still out beside him with the those wing feathers quivering. Thank you, thank you, Oh, I thought I was a goner.
Good for you, friend. Here, you're all right. Let's if I can me like put my arm under him and see if I can bring him a bit further away from where he is, back towards where the rest of the group is, and just get him down.
Yeah, you do. You manage to get what is much drier ground, right? Not so deep water, and you find a space where the ground goes up beneath a tree, and he sits down, still shaking, and just sits there and just looks at the lot of you and says, I can't thank you enough. This was a tough day. Oh, I'm so, I'm so happy that you came along. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know if I would have died. Oh,
How did you get stuck in the ground?
I, eh, the ground gave way under me, and I started to sink. The more I struggled, I've heard of this sort of thing before. I knew I needed to stay still, but eventually it would have swallowed me anyway. And if you didn't come along, I would. Oh, I'm just glad to see you all.
So a witch with a horn didn't stick you in the ground?
Oh, oh,
Wait, no, was it a doo-doo horde?
Oh yeah,
Or a doo-doo horde.
or a horn. Either way, did a
Oh.
witch possessing a horn stick you in the ground?
do.
Yeah. Do or do?
I do. Witches aren't real.
That better not be true, or else Walter just sent us into the swamp for nothing.
Walter?
Did he try to get us killed by these deadly swamps?
Yo, if there's not a witch, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, but everybody else thought there was a witch out there. Thought, though.
Why are you here, young
What's your name?
bird folk?
My name is James. I
James.
James.
I was looking for my giant peach. No.
Got it right here.
I've heard of. I'm a researcher. I had heard of a lost shrine that's supposed to have certain properties. It's supposed to be around the general area of Winnowing Reach. I haven't been able to find it, and I thought that I might be here in the swamp, but I didn't find it.
Yeah, we found that. It was meh.
Yeah, it was just like a creepy old building.
What?
Didn't even have a roof.
Yeah, or snacks.
There's like stuff just growing all in it.
Oh, stuff? What? Fauna? Flora?
Oh, no.
I don't know. It was super boring.
Oh, which direction was it in? What was it near? I've been looking, and I don't want to be in this area anymore.
I forgot.
It was that way.
By the bandits.
I
The what?
being like the grounded background, I have that ability that allows me to like find paths and stuff like that. Would I be pretty good at remembering where this is?
I mean, you guys knew they were. It was pretty close to the Mockton Caverns where you were headed.
Okay,
You were over there. Yeah.
gotcha.
Oh, I should go back to the avium. This isn't good out here. This isn't good. I don't like this. I'm so dirty.
Oh, you can come along with us. We're going, back to Winnowing Reach.
Oh, yes, and he points in the direction of Winnowing Reach. Yes, I think that's where I'm gonna head back right now. Right back to town. You'll take me there?
Well, eventually,
Eventually.
we gotta find a witch.
I think I could probably make it myself from here. I truly appreciate everything you did, but I know the direction back to Winnowing Reach. I have a great sense of direction, and I'll just watch where I'm stepping. Maybe I'll use your stick trick. That worked very well. I don't know that I want to do.
If you make it back to Winnowing Reach, you might want to look up someone named Kenna. So we found that temple on the way to the cavern where she was all gooed up.
Kenna? Yeah, yes. I know Kenna. We both came here for our research projects.
Yeah, she should know where your temple is, man. She would have walked right by it.
Oh,
Can
that's wonderful. That's great. That sounds great. Yes, maybe she'll give me some backup on the way there too. That would be good.
Wait, why do you want to go to the temple so bad?
I'm a researcher of religious studies. No one has been able to study this particular temple in quite some time, and it's supposed to have specific attributes. It's supposed to be interesting, I suppose. I was going to write my thesis on it.
Weird. We just like stumbled upon it.
It was a pretty interesting place.
Oh, good! I can't wait to see. I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I'm glad you. I'm very glad I ran into all of you. Although I'm not so happy that I got stuck in the mud.
Fair. Well,
I mean, if you stay with us and help us with the do-to-do witch, then it's possible we could help you the next time you fall in one of those holes of muck in the swamp.
Roll a persuasion check, Q. Okay. Um. So,
Okay.
um. Yeah, he says, I mean, if you think I could be of help, I don't think you're gonna find a witch. I don't think those are real. But whatever you are looking for, I could help you if you need it.
I can
does
help
he
you with
look-
your research project.
Oh, that I would appreciate that.
Does he
I
look
am, after all, a
imposing
cleric.
at all?
Does he look imposing?
So, like,
Absolutely
can I see any
not.
weapons or anything?
You don't see anything. He has a dagger holster conspicuously on his ankle, and it is conspicuously empty, as if it probably fell out into whatever mud he was stuck in and didn't come back out as he was pulled out. He is scrawny looking. Um, you know, looks he's still shivering even though it's not particularly cold. He definitely looks like he's not used to field work.
Did you say he was a gallus?
He's a white bird, man. I'm really
Okay.
trying to get better with these races. That's all I got. I was thinking like a dove. Like what's a dove?
Oh,
A dovish race. I can't remember.
I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
it has the pigeons.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
luma. So he's a luma.
Okay.
That's what it is. I'm trying to get better with this world. Part of the reason I like to play it. It's a cool world, and I wanna know it better.
All right, guys. Do you think some extra wings here would be helpful, or
Yeah.
a lot of work?
We've never spent time outside of the university before. I don't know if we want to keep them around. I mean, I nearly died when we got attacked by the bats. You nearly died when we got attacked by the bats, Q. You nearly died with the slime. This guy's gonna definitely die, right?
Okay, but that was like 1 in 4 odds. Now this will be 1 in 5 odds.
We can put into the witch.
I'm just not gonna listen to this conversation. You decide what you want to do.
I don't want. This sounds bad.
Aren't you afraid of trying to get back by yourself, though?
Oh, not as afraid of
It could be
as
really
I am of whatever you're
dangerous.
talking about. I will go with you. I will go with you. Yes, I will. I will. But if you guys are all planning on dying, I'm not, into that.
No, ever.
I mean, we never plan on it. And like I said, I can help you with your research project. I'll tell you all about the Temple of Henwin while we walk.
Sure, that sounds good. Yes. Should we be going then? Are you looking for a witch? Should we be looking for a hut with chicken legs or?
What?
Sorry, did you
You
say?
didn't ask enough questions to know that.
Yaga, Baba Yaga lives in a hut with chicken legs.
My Grammy used to tell me that story. That's I don't know.
Well,
I got you, Matt.
That was James. No, Matthew's Grammy never told him about Baba Yaga.
All right, let's go find a witch.
All right.
I'm gonna find a witch.
Yeah, you continue on now with your new companion, this wonderful gentleman, James. So let's do. I have a thing to read for you. as we go over
Ooh.
to this. Uh, at last, you find yourselves at the small hut on a thin patch of dry land. There are a few gnarled trees, more moss than leaves, flanking the rustic hut, sorry. From the porch roof hangs dozens of bundles containing flowers, herbs, and some desiccated lizards. Smoke gently rises from the cobblestone chimney, and a strange yet delicious smell fills the air. Through a window, you can see a short, robed figure shuffling quickly about the kitchen, adding ingredients to a cauldron in the shape of a giant snail shell. There's also a rather large beetle skittering around, hopping at their master's heels. She leans over to pat the beetle affectionately, and it chitters in a way that is almost sweet.
How close are we?
You are, um, definitely within probably that 60, 80-foot range. You can see through the window. You can see what she's doing at this point. Although this woman doesn't seem to have noticed you.
She seems fine.
I really want to eat one of those dried lizards. Can I run up and grab a lizard?
Yeah. So you're just running up to the house.
To get a lizard.
Yeah, sure. You just run up to the house, stepping up onto the wooden porch and giving a doo 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 as your feet bang into it, and you jump up to grab a lizard. Roll a dex check to try to jump high enough and grab one of these lizards that are
I
on the roof.
want a lizard for a snack.
Don't forget to shout Leroy Jenkins on your way in.
Oh,
Wow.
one.
Nat 20 that. You jump up and you hang there midair, like Jordan trying to dunk. And you scan across these lizards, and you see the most choice of lizards, and softly pluck it with 2 fingers. As you land nimbly back down on the ground. Uh, and as you do, the front door opens, and you hear, "Hello?"
All right, I'm gonna clutch my lizard tightly and turn around and make eye contact with the witch.
Contact.
Oh, hello. And before you stands a hedge. Um, uh, yeah, white in the front, and the brown fur and quills in the back, though going gray. She is rather old and hunched over with very thin arms. She's adorned with, at first, what looks like um, jewelry around her, but then you realize the jewelry is actually made out of multicolored berries that she has adorned herself with. She also has leaves and different pieces of nature stuck to her in ways that, uh, make her look maybe a little strange, but actually kind of work with what she's going with. This kind of shawl she has around her is a bit tattered and torn. It's not in the best possible repair, um, but she seems to be making do uh, as you see this woman in front of you. Oh.
So I'm going to get within 30 feet, and I'm going to cast Detect Evil and Good to see if she's
Evil or good?
an aberration, a celestial, an elemental, a fey fiend, undead, or death/consecrated.
Let me double check a couple things really quick to see what you find there. So you get let me see. She is definitely not a fiend or anything, though. but she does seem to have something on her with fiendish properties. Okay.
Fiendish
Okay.
please.
The area around her hut, and particularly in the cauldron in the house, it's not like super strong, but you get a bit of desiccated feel to it. As if there's been some sort of kind of what may be considered dark magics happening in or around there. And I think that's what you get right now.
So she's not a fiend, but she has something on her with fiendish properties.
Yeah.
I bet it's a horn.
And as you do, her little beetle just flies up and kind of like flies around her head. And she says, "Oh, settle down there, Normal. They look nice enough."
What's its name? Norm?
Normal
Oh,
is what she called it.
it's not a name.
Oh, well, what brings the lot of you out here, you five?
I'm gonna take a big bite of my lizard jerky, and with my mouth partially full, I'm gonna ask her, "Do you play the French horn?"
Okay, I want you to roll a Constitution save.
Uh-oh.
Rin, why do you have to eat everything?
Stop putting things in your mouth.
Wait, a Constitution?
Yeah,
Save-
Constitution saving throw. Wow. Okay.
She's got iron stomach.
Yeah, that lizard ain't bad.
I love to eat things.
This woman kind of scrunches up her face a bit and says, "Those aren't really for eating."
Try hard enough.
Raccoons usually wash all their food.
Not me.
No, I'm not much of a musician. I'm out here for, other reasons.
Like what?
Roll a persuasion check, Pua, to see what she wants to tell you.
Do quills count as horns?
Excuse me.
Are they made
I don't
of
know about all
keratin?
that.
Only horns.
Oh, womp womp.
Wah, wah.
It's a 9.
9. She kind of is still scrunching up her nose, looking at Rin, who's eating a lizard that's supposedly not there for eating. And she says, "Well, I do some things out here that are a bit misunderstood around most bird folk and humble folk. I figured, I could just be out here quietly working on some things."
Can I peek in her window casually
Yeah.
and just kind of like take stock of what's inside?
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
Persuasion, you said?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not persuasion. It would be perception is what I meant. You're not trying to persuade your eyes to
It's gonna
see.
be even worse.
A 9. Okay. You look around. It looks like a quaint little place. You see that shell that certainly seems to be some sort of giant snail's shell. Obviously no longer in use by the snail. A hearth with a fire going. That's the smoke that you saw. A little bed. A lot of plants in broken pots and pieces of things that she has all around. A small table. It's pretty full of stuff, although it's all kept rather neatly. There's a nice cushioned chair for her to sit in. It looks like a lovely little old lady home. There's also, this chair on the front porch where you all are now, another bench to sit in as you're looking around. And she says, "Well, you all look like rather capable individuals, yes? Perhaps?"
Sure.
I like to think so. I mean, we are Team Awesome. They don't call us that for no reason.
help ourselves?
Well, there's. I was just in the middle of a ritual I was trying to complete. I was hoping to be able to speak to an entity that might be able to give me a little more information about a vision I had recently.
What was your vision of?
My vision. And that beetle kind of like settles down on the ground next to her and like chitters every once in a while and like uh, goes against her leg and rubs herself like a cat. Um, as she, um, this woman starts to like stare off into space a little bit. It says, "I saw a great blaze consume the wood near the scorched grove, I think. There were figures, too, a large, lumbering, burning thing, and something else, shadowed and distant, watching from afar. Heh, that's that's lizard spleen for you. Their tea gives very cryptic visions. Shame I don't have any moonfish. You always got a clearer vision with moonfish. Or was it starfish?
What?
Um, should we tell
We
her?
are just like so tired. We've been just wandering around the swamp forever. I mean, look at this guy, Jiminy. He's like so muddy right now, and we could really just, could we come in and just kind of like take a breather?
I really prefer James.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah, whatever.
yes, yes. Come on in. Normal, get out of the way. Go clean up a little bit. And the beetle just scurries inside. Make sure your corner is neat. Come in, come in.
Hi, I'm Benson, by the way. I don't think we caught your name.
Oh, hello. My name is Susan.
Susan.
And you're delicious.
Oh, come on in. Benson, and she kind of stands at the door as you guys enter and like shakes all of your hands. Benson and Jimmy, was it? And shakes his very muddy, dirty hand. And you, my dear?
Oh, I'm cute.
Oh, Q. Yes. Nice to meet you, dear. Come on in. I don't have too many places to sit. We can gather around. And you, what is your name?
My name is Pua.
Pua. Oh, I like that. Yes. Oh, come on in. And last but not least, little one, you're
I'm Rin.
Rin. Oh, yeah, I knew a Rin once. Lovely little dame. Saucy she was. Come in, come in. Yeah, and and she goes and like, falls into her chair. Normal after going into the corner and chittering around and using its head to push around a few things that are in the corner, doing a Beatles version of cleaning up, goes and skitters up the side of the chair and onto Susan's lap as she starts to stroke his head kind of absent-mindedly, and says, "You know, it I could perhaps use your help to complete the ritual. It might give us some more information about that vision I had."
Hey, Susan, I gotta ask you a question. There's a town not far from here. I mean, when we reach, what's the deal with the house in the swamp? What, you know, why not? Why aren't you in town? What's going on
I
here?
know why it's amazing here.
Oh, it's rather nice here. This area, it gives me the chance to, deal with magical properties my own way. Not everyone over at the Reach appreciates an old classic witch like myself.
The witch?
Yes.
No.
Does she's the witch? She's a witch.
What was that little tiny hedgehog that just flew on the screen?
That this little set. Yeah, she's over in the chair now. So she.
No, that's me.
No, there's another one.
Oh. There you are. Yeah, we can. I'll make sure you guys all have icons for next week. I didn't get quite that far.
It's a picture of a porcupine eating
That's
a tomato.
Classic Kua.
Sorry.
Can I do the thing everybody does when they walk into a house with a cat and like sit down and just immediately make eye contact with Norma and like tap my legs, like trying to get him to come over on my lap?
Oh yeah, roll animal handling.
There's
Yeah.
everything.
As James goes over to the hearth and starts to like warm himself in the fire.
Oh.
11. That's enough. Normal kind of like does a couple circles and like skitters down like a little rather large cockroach down Susan's leg and onto the floor, and then goes around you, circles you once as you watch it, and then slowly starts to get closer. And as you reach out to scratch it, about 5 or 6 of its legs start hitting the ground like a dog when you're getting behind the air. And then it kind of like cuddles up next to you and allows you to continue to scratch.
Yay.
Can I go up to that cauldron and you got a stew going on here? What's this?
Yeah, and you look in, and it's almost like black and tar-like as it bubbles up, letting out a rather rank stink from it. Oh, I wouldn't eat that, dares. That there is for summoning otherworldly entities. Although I could certainly use a few extra reagents to make it work better. Perhaps you would be willing to go and collect some for me?
I don't know about that. I gotta. What exactly are you trying? What do you mean by extra beings here exactly?
What's a reagent?
Oh, a reagent. It's it uses its natural properties to enhance the magical abilities of the potion I'm making over there in the cauldron, and it'll help me interact with other worlds more effectively. You see James like rolling his eyes at this, obviously thinking it's terribly unscientific. Uh, what would be very helpful are just some herbs that are around the swamp. I could tell you what they look like. Um, a few of the, plump green frogs that you find hopping around here. Their spleens are a truly essential component. I'm just not always quick enough to catch them myself.
So, can I gather my friends close and whisper so the witch can't hear me?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you all get around with you still scratching normal behind the ear.
Yes.
Well, friends, team awesome. Should we just level with the witch and tell her why we're here?
She wants to summon something. That means demons, right?
She also likes frogs to eat.
But I feel she could have some interesting information about whatever this vision is she needs to understand.
I guess we would figure out the fate of all the burnt up rods.
I also don't see any horns on her, so
We could ask her.
Where's your horn?
I mean, she must not have a physical horn. It must be some sort of instrument, but...
Which horn do you mean, dear? And at this point, she shouldn't be able to hear you. But she says, do you mean... oh, this old thing. And she holds up that item that you definitely felt some otherworldly, attraction to before. And she holds it up. It definitely appears to be made of bone of some sort, possibly an actual horn from a creature. And she says, this old thing, she holds up the horn amulet, this is just my old ocarina. So she demonstrates to you by placing the horn to her lips and playing a few notes. a bit out of tune, and says, "I used to study music at the college. Ah, takes
Ew.
takes me back."
God. I
Um,
only know what an ocarina is because you just had one in like the last game you played.
No, I did not.
You didn't?
No,
Ocarina of Time.
Oh, you played the bones in the last
I
game.
played the
My bad.
bones. Very different.
do we have that horn?
Well, it's definitely a bit special to me. I've had it a long time.
What
I-
if we borrow it and bring it back?
Well,
Frogs for you.
how about if you do manage to get the necessary reagents for me, then I would be happy to lend you my ocarina.
Could
That
you help
sounds
us make
fair.
a duplicate ocarina?
Oh, I wouldn't know how to do that. This is made out of high quality demon horn here. Not a very easy thing to come by.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Wait,
no.
wait, it's a doo-doo-doo and a doo-doo-doo?
Oh my god!
It's a doo-doo-doo.
Do I don't know that song.
Okay. Susan? Miss Susan, which we were told that we should come kill a witch in the swamp and bring back her horn as evidence. And we don't want to do that because we're really nice. We're Team Awesome. So maybe you could just give us that amulet and we'll just pretend we killed you.
Susan, do you know Walden, the magistrate over in Winning Reach? Have you?
Oh, I don't know him personally. I've heard of him. The Cranes are an old family. In these parts, they've been around quite a while.
How do you feel about him?
I don't know him.
Sucks.
He knows
How
you.
long have you been around?
Here? Oh, a couple years only. I settled in not terribly long ago.
Well, we hate to break it to you, but Walter wants you dead.
He thinks you're
Oh.
scary and you're doing bad stuff.
Well, maybe if you told him I was already dead, he'd mind his own damn business.
Well, see, that's the thing. We would love to do that because honestly, I think that you're very charming.
Me
But
too. I think so too.
What a granny.
but he wants evidence that we were here and he asked for the horn. Now, I don't really like this guy very much, so I have a feeling he wants the horn for some reason that he's not telling us. But
Maybe he's a musician.
That's
I
it.
mean,
Do you
he
have
doesn't strike me as being cool. So
do you have anything else made out of a horn that looks kind of witchy that we could take and it's just not that specific horn?
Witchy? Watch your mouth there, dear. Uh, I mean, you can have the ocarina. I just need you to find the reagents for me first. I mean, I've had visions before, guys, but this was crazy.
All right, we're going on a reagent hunt.
I want to find the frogs.
Frogs!
There is a lovely little pond around. I don't know exactly what direction. You just look around. It's usually a good place to find the herbs I need, and, frogs are in the pond too. They're slippery little things. Be careful.
All right, Jimbo, are you coming with us or are you staying here?
I sitting by the fire. Somehow, while you guys were talking, he found like an old knitted shawl and threw it around his own shoulders. As he's sitting here, he goes, I don't mind staying here. Unless you guys think you need me.
Nah, you're kind of a drag.
Oh, okay. Susan, are you okay if I... Oh, that's fine. Just don't touch the cauldron. You'll turn a weird color.
And now I want to touch the cauldron.
red? No.
Rin.
All right, let's go frog hunting.
Okay.
Do you have a list of exactly what you need that we could take to help us?
Yes, I need frogs and swamp herbs.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, you said herbs. I didn't know if there were specific herbs.
Swamp herbs. You have never heard of swamp herbs?
Well, I didn't know if you needed like swamp basil or swamp parsley,
No,
or if it was
swamp
just
herbs, not basil that happens to grow. They're called swamp herbs. That's what they're called.
Oh,
They're tall, a little bushy at the top.
It's anything that's in the swamp.
okay.
All right, let's collect.
Will we know it when we see it?
It's tall, it's bushy at the top. It has tiny little white flowers that grow among the greens. It's rather unmistakable.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Okay.
Frogs and weeds.
Normal, which direction was it in? And Normal kind of chitters out onto the front porch, kind of looking each way, and then kind of like whing goes at attention, pointing in a certain direction, like the way a dog might on a hunt. And she says, "Ah, yes, thank you, Normal. That way, my friends. Walk that way. You should find this pond.
Sounds good.
Don't
Let's go.
get lost in the swamp on your way there."
That's ominous.
Wow, don't say it so ominous.
Knock on wood, Grim Susan. Jeez.
Oh, that's just a superstition. That's silly.
I'm gonna knock on wood.
All right.
Go.
Goodbye.
Going to the
We'll see you in a little bit, Susan.
Goodbye. Come back, please.
Take good care of James.
Oh, we'll take very good care of him.
Grammy Susan.
She's gonna cook him and eat him.
She's gonna make a horn out of James.
You need musical instrument.
She's gonna make a horn out of his beak.
All right, so you all start heading out. It's about an hour's walk to get to this pond that she mentioned. It's definitely pretty large. It's very sizable as you go, surrounded by these rather tall, dense reeds, entirely wreathing around this. You watch a small bug skit across the top of it, and every once in a while you see a bloom as frogs jump on lily pads from lily pads into the water, going after these bugs. Here, the sun comes in. It's a bit early in the evening at this point. The sun rather high overhead as the reflection. You have to get used to, after walking through this rather dense swamp, all that light reflecting at you. But once your vision kind of gets used to what you're looking at, gets used to this new light, it's a rather pretty looking area. Almost idyllic.
So, I got a question.
Shoot.
Pretty clearly it's sending us out here to get stuff to summon demons. Like, she said that. Isn't that bad?
It's probably not good.
I mean,
Maybe they're helpful demons.
I mean, she was really nice, though. So I'm feeling a little bit torn.
I mean,
I don't know. All the biggest killers are charming.
just
I mean, she's gonna. Okay, we're gonna get her some frogs. She's gonna help us with some fiery, scary vision to help us on our quest.
love catching frogs. I'm not bad at that part.
And she's super nice. So I think Granny summoning demons is fine.
Okay.
They apparently give her nice horns.
Just say, I mean, Walden is not my favorite person, sure, but he told us there was an evil witch living in the woods, and now we're helping a witch summon a demon. No,
I think Walden's being overly judgmental.
no.
I think we should ask the witch what she did that made the people hate her so much that she lives out here by herself. Because she said like she's out there because people think her magic is sketchy. So like, what did she do that made them think it's sketchy?
Are you saying
Aside from obviously wanting to summon demons.
Because, yeah, I feel like that's...
Questions
that's
are
cheating.
dumb.
Also, why is her bug named Normal? That's my second question. He's super cute though, guys.
Maybe we should steal him.
No.
You didn't give me a slime pet. What else can I do?
Maybe you can...
I think we should just gather the stuff, and then maybe we'll kind of be on her good side if she hasn't murdered James by the time we get back.
And made an ocarina out of his bones.
Yeah.
That's on
But
us.
then we'd have another one.
Ah.
Arenas.
I don't know if I want to be friends with all of you anymore.
Oh, Betsy, you love us.
I guess we're gonna look for some frogs then.
You're looking for frogs first?
I'm gonna look for herbs.
I'm gonna look for frogs.
I
Okay.
don't like frogs.
The frogs are rather easy to find, as they're all over. There's plenty of frogs, but as you come even a little bit close, kind of like, oh, hey, look, there's a frog. They jump into the water. It does seem like you're gonna have to be rather sneaky to try to get one of these frogs. Pua, why don't you roll a survival check for me first, as you're looking for some of these swamp herbs?
Ooh. I'm not having good rolls tonight. It's a 5.
Yeah, you do not find these herbs. You're looking for something tall with little white flowers on it, and you're looking around. You're really having a lot of trouble with it. However, roll a d4 for me.
Oh, Pua!
That's fine. As you do, you go and you're like, maybe this is it. As you grab around and kind of tug it. No, this isn't it. Definitely not what you were looking for. It has some green growth, but it definitely seems to be a root of some sort. Something between like a turnip and a carrot, kind of pointy. You're not sure exactly what it
So
is,
it's a
but
parsnip.
maybe, but a little shorter and stubbier than you would expect a parsnip to be.
Ooh.
Maybe Susan would know what this was, but you're not totally sure.
I'm gonna put it in my pack in case it's food.
Sure.
Oh my god, do not let Rin eat that.
Don't worry, I can do something to it to make sure that it's not poisonous or whatever.
Are you helping her look for these plants, Q?
Yeah, I'll go help Pua since Rin
Yeah.
and Benson went
Make
for
another survival check for me.
Roll better than me.
frogs. Survival.
Yeah, with a 3, not quite able to find it. Roll a d4 for me.
Uh-oh. Oh, sorry. I hid my bar.
No problem. A 1. Same thing. You're like, oh, this has to be. Oh, that looks
Hey!
like the same thing Pua found. So you also have one of these root vegetables.
Okay.
Maybe we can make a stew in her cauldron.
Yeah, as you guys are
Yeah.
looking around with that, who wants, between Benson and Rin, who wants to roll a stealth check to see if they can catch a frog? All sneaky like.
You would be, and I feel like you'd be the one that's really trying to snatch them off.
Because I want to eat one. Alright. So,
Alright, so you slowly sneak up. You get almost on top of this frog. If you're looking like a shot, looking up at the frog and up at you, this like evil glare on your face as your hands go out and they reach out and you caught a frog. Yep, this very plump looking green frog. As you turn it to look at it and it looks at you and goes, so you have a frog. You were asked to get at least 3 of them.
alright. I'm going to stuff it in my bag.
Is she gonna cook the frogs? I don't know how I feel about that.
She said she only needed the livers.
I don't think a frog can live without a liver. Or spleen. Are they the spleen?
Spleen?
Right? They must be like that big. That's wild. Anyways, can I catch another frog?
Sure. Roll another stealth check. As Benson's just watching, like, kind of leans up against a tree, hanging out, watching you as you're frog hunting.
Oh.
I'm gonna get you. You jump at it and end up splashing in the water as yourself.
Overly confident.
As the frog just and disappears under the surface of the water.
Seeing Rin catch at least one of them, I feel like she's got it under control. I'm gonna walk over maybe towards where Pua and Q are.
Yeah.
And can I use my seed speech ability to talk to the plants and figure out where this herb grows?
Sure. Why don't you also roll a survival check, but roll at advantage?
All right.
You're gonna talk to the plant?
Rad.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I'm sorry, that was a survival you said?
Yes.
Not the wisdom skill. That'd be just fine.
Ah, so good thing you got that advantage, because it would have been a 9, but with advantage, that's a 24.
All right.
Yeah, easy enough. You walk over, you're like, I don't understand what the problem was. There's a bunch of this stuff all growing really close together. Pretty tall, about 1.5 feet up. Green at the top with little tiny white flowers growing. You pull it right up, root and all, and you have a pretty big handful in about 2 seconds of looking.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, Benson.
You're welcome. At least I'm sometimes useful. Yeah, I'll stuff those in my backpack there, and if it seems like we've got enough, I guess we'll head back over to the pond and watch Rin try to catch some more frogs.
Yeah, as Rin is just like looking around, like, where are you, little green ones?
And my bag is like, because the red frog is in it.
Right, who wants to make the next frog attempt?
Me.
I think Q probably
Yeah,
should.
all right, Q. Roll a stealth check. Oh, stealthy one.
Oh.
Get the frogs.
13. Okay. So as you're going, you walk up to the water's edge, and as sneaky as you are, you're going through the reeds around, barely disturbing them. And as you go and you reach out for this frog, and bloop, it just gets into the water, just through your fingers.
Damn.
Frogs are stupid. March.
I guess I'll try.
All right, Pua, roll a stealth check.
14.
Same thing. You go, and as you try, you actually get your fingers around the frog, and then it like just hops out right from between your fingers, and you no, as you try to scramble after it, but it's already under the water. With that, standing at the water's edge, you just give a sigh as you see a little bubble come out from the water, and you stand there like, ooh, maybe I'm gonna find another frog here. And then you realize it's not one of these, certainly not the little frogs that you're trying to catch, right?
It's a big frog?
So suddenly, the ground around you begins to rumble as a chorus of croaking rings in your ears from all around this pond. And a gigantic frog bursts from the pond, fixing you and your companions with a hungry gaze. I need all of you to roll frog initiative.
What? Oh my gosh. If we just kill this one frog, it'll be like...
It's like 100 livers.
Then you get to keep the others a pet.
Yeah, get this. Where's initiative?
It's at the top there.
I don't see it.
I don't know if it counts unless it has more than one spleen.
We could cut it up.
Oh, there.
Benson.
Damn, Benson.
Oh shit.
All right. I got to
Benson's
roll
very first.
All my luck up.
that nat 20. How beautiful. All right, let me roll for the frog.
What's the frog's name?
You'd have to ask it. That's only an 8.
Froggy King.
Okay.
Frogs.
So, who's at the top? Benson, right? With a 22.
All right.
Who's next?
Ren.
I'm at 9, I think.
Rin with a 9.
Q has 8, tied with the frog.
Okay.
Q is a better modifier, though.
All right. And then
Me.
we have
Me.
your
Wow.
last with what was your roll?
Foa.
4. Okay. Okay, so at the top of the round, Benson, you see this big frog over there taking big ol' frog steps in the general direction of Pua. This thing, even hunched over, is about 6 feet tall and massively built. It looks as if it can swallow your friend whole. What will you do?
About how far away am I? Since I didn't go up to try to catch frogs.
Yeah, but you were all in the same general area after you were doing that, so you're probably like 20 feet away or so.
Okay, awesome. So Benson, filled with confidence from, lots of throws and the success of the slime, he's going to conjure his produced flame as he does.
Sure.
He's going to whip it very, almost like a baseball pitcher, just really confident in himself that it's going to be a big old roll.
All right, roll to attack.
Actually do nothing, I
Oh.
Wow, yep, a 22 is going to hit this frog as your flame slams into the side of it. Roll for damage.
Oh.
It does not seem terribly harmed as it kind of takes the hit and continues to lumber on towards Pua.
Goody.
Yeah, with that, we're just going to pull out the shield and get ourselves ready for the rest of this combat.
Okay, certainly. Next up is Rin. What would you like to do as you see this big frog making its way towards your hedgy friend?
All right, I'm gonna scream at Pua, "Be the ball of doom!" And then I'm gonna whip the frog in the face.
Okay, so you run forward, splashing through a bit of the water as you pull out your whip and roll to attack.
Where's my whip? That?
Oh, no.
Whip it.
That one, yes.
Whip it good. A 6, unfortunately, is not going to be enough to hit as it cracks right above the frog's head. As you do, you see the tongue of this frog kind of like, without even looking, just automatically go towards the whip, but it's already been pulled back towards you. As the tongue just goes back into its mouth, continuing towards Pua. Anything else you would like to do, Rin?
No.
Okay. With that cue, you are up.
Okay. It's still in the water, right? Like in the deeper
Yeah,
part
it's
of the
splashing around. But really just its feet and the bottom of its legs are in the water. This thing is so massive, it's really sticking out.
Okay, I'm going to try and stay out of its melee range.
Sure.
And I'm going to shoot my bow at it.
Yeah, you pull out your bow, knock it quick, and let loose. Roll for attack.
17.
17 is going to hit as this arrow goes and sticks right into the side of this thing. Roll for damage for me.
There we go.
7 piercing, yeah. At that, it sticks in, and this toad, almost unfazed by this too, just keeps moving forward. This is some sort of hardy creature. It looks like your arrow did definitely stick in, and it's now sticking right out of this thing. But as you look this frog over, it is definitely scarred over. It has seen its fair share of damage over time, and seems like it can take it. All right. Anything else you would like to do?
I'm going to kind of just stay out of it. If it's moving towards Pua, I'm going to kind of stay in a place I can still hit it, but not in range of it.
Sure.
Like melee range.
Okay. At that, this thing just boom, 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 jumps. It goes at least 10 feet in the air and comes whoosh, splashing down directly in front of Pua. Pua, you're knocked slightly off balance by this as the water splashes in your face, and at that, he is going to attempt to bite at you.
Goody.
Oh. That is only a natural 2, only a 6 to hit.
No.
So that is not going to do it. As its tongue kind of reaches out for you, and you just jump out of the way as this. You actually feel the air of this thing move past you. It's so massive, and then it sucks back into the frog's mouth as it looks over to you. That's going to end its turn, and you're now up, Pua. What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
All right. This is you're using a ranged attack right now, right?
Oh, and I'm in melee?
And you're in melee, so you are going to make it at disadvantage.
Okay. Damn. Well,
a 9 or an 8. Yeah, so with that, you try to shoot a guiding bolt. Instead, your guiding bolt slams into the water, exploding, drenching yourself and this frog in water, and making it a little hard for your friends to see you as this water is just splashing all around from the frog jumping, from Pua's misfired guiding bolt. Anything else you would like to do, Pua?
no.
Okay. At the top of the round, Benson, you're back up. This big frog right in Pua's face, just big mouth opening up to try and swallow her. Him. He.
We're gonna put our shield away. We're gonna grab our quarterstaff in 2 hands, and we're gonna charge right at it, taking a big swing at this frog.
Oh yeah, Benson just quarterstaff above his head, like he's trying to ring the bell at the carnival. Go for it.
Oh, yeah. We know it's a bad idea, but we're panicked. Fire didn't seem to do anything. We don't know any better.
Yeah, sometimes bad ideas are the best ideas. And you bring down this thing, and you hit it. And it doesn't seem to do any damage whatsoever. This frog is hardy, right? It doesn't seem to take the damage from this. You didn't quite hit it in a soft enough space, and he seems just fine. You are in melee with this frog. Anything else you would like to do?
No, we're gonna stay right there.
Sure. Okay.
Bad ideas.
Rin, you are up.
I'm gonna whip it again.
Whip it good. I'm gonna say it every time.
Let me see. Where's my whip?
17, yeah, you whip it at this. You get it right between the eyes as this big lash appears, and it kind of recoils for a second. Roll for damage.
Yeah, you did.
Nice.
All right. Okay, so it's just the 6 damage. The +4 would have been if it was the nat 20 at advantage you got there. Okay, so it does a very respectable 6 points of damage. At that, yeah, it has that lash, and you see the frog's eyes kind of furrow for a second, as it is still looking at Pua, and then now kind of takes a second to look around as there are more enemies around it. That ends your turn, Ren?
Yep.
Q, you're back up. What would you like to do?
Am I within 30 feet of it?
Absolutely you are.
And it's 5 feet of other people?
Yes, it definitely is.
Can I try and run and jump on its back and stab it with my short sword like Shadow the Colossus?
100%. First, I want you to roll an acrobatics check to try to jump over your friends, vaulting over Benson to try to land on this thing's back. 22. Absolutely, you do. You launch off, and instead of sliding off, you hold on as you're on top, grab your weapon, and go to plunge it into this giant frog. I want you to roll an advantage with that. Yeah, take advantage on that, Mama Jamma.
Doesn't
you
need it.
don't need it.
Sorry, that first one. I think
20
I clicked it twice.
That is just fine. Either one would be a 24 to hit, which absolutely is going to hit this creature. Roll for damage on that. As you plunge your knife with 6 points. Roll for sneak attack, too, because your friends are within.
Oh, yeah. Well, does that add a 1d6, I think?
Is it a d6 at your level?
I think so.
I think so.
I have 1d6, yeah.
Okay. Let's add that up.
Type it. 3. 9.
All right. Perfect. With that, this thing is actually starting to look a little rough. You slam your weapon. It's your knife you're using, right? Your
Yeah,
dagger.
my short sword.
Oh, your short sword. Yeah. You managed to wedge it right in this gash that was made by Rin's whip, just getting through enough of its hard outer skin as you stab down. You don't get all the way to the hilt by any means, but certainly this thing goes and kind of like rears back. As you are now on top of this, your sword a few inches deep into its head. It is not looking good. Anything else you would like to do, Q?
No, I just want to hold on tight.
Sure. Yeah, you're like riding this thing right now. As it realizes you are on top of it, it again just boom, jumps 10 feet into the air. I need you to make a strength saving throw to continue to hold on to this thing. 17. All right, yeah, definitely. You're holding on like Arthur trying to pull Excalibur from that goddamn stone and unable to do it. But hands tight around the hilt as your body jars as this thing falls back to the ground. This time directly still in melee with everyone, but directly behind Benson, and is going to attempt to bite at Benson.
Oh no.
That is a 15 to hit.
It does. I put my shield away.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Okay, you are going to take.
It would have got me either way, actually.
You take 7 points of piercing damage as the teeth bite into you. And you are also going to take 4 points of poison damage on top of that.
I'm out.
Yeah. At that, it bites into Benson. You hear him scream, and then all of a sudden, it swallows Benson whole.
What?
The frog?
Oh no!
Wait, he's inside the frog now?
Benson is inside the frog. You see his lanky legs get pulled in as this thing pulls it into its gullet and lets out a belch.
I feel like I've seen that on the Discovery Channel before.
With that, Pua, you are up.
Am I still in melee with it?
You are, yes.
I am going to take a mace attack.
Roll. You take the mace out of your purse and wait, wrong mace.
Took me a sec, but I got it.
At first, I was just like, who has a purse?
Come on tonight. Why are my rolls all trash?
Yeah. So you take the mace and you go, but you just hit off its hard outer shell. This thing is definitely stronger than your average toad, and you're not able to break through, just barely. Anything else you would like to do?
Nope.
Okay. Benson, I need a death save from you, my friend.
Oh,
Don't
You are because you are literally in the frog.
Don't
Is he unconscious in the frog?
He is unconscious in the frog. That is 1 success in the frog.
in frog. Inside the frog.
Okay. You also, at the beginning of your turn, take acid damage.
Bastard.
At the
He's
start
already
of
down.
your turn. Yeah, but because he's taking melee damage from being inside the frog, that is automatically 2 failed death saves.
What?
What?
Yep. So you currently have 2 fails and 1 success on your death saves. And
Oh
Rin,
my-
you are up.
I'm gonna whip that frog again.
Whip it. Whip away.
Whip that frog. You can't eat my best friend. Rude.
what's happening? No.
Yeah, you are just so upset. You whip and it just gets. You almost get Pua, who has to jump to the side, as you miss the frog with your whip, trying to move closer to it. Anything else you'd like to do?
Out.
Okay, you pout. Q, you're up.
Okay, can I try to I saw him eat Benson.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is like jump off from its back where I am and try to like slide down its side, like open its stomach
Yeah,
from the side.
and I'm gonna say you can roll at advantage again because you rolled that save to continue to hold on to this damn thing to stay on it, and that's worth an advantage, I'd say. So
Okay,
roll
so
roll
I'm
to
just rolling the short sword.
yep, roll the short sword
Okay.
to attack at advantage.
Wow.
Nat 20, two nat 20s. Roll 4 damage on that, including sneak attack, because still in melee with Pua,
Yes. Okay.
and with Rin, because Rin's been using the whip. So that's 15 plus sneak attack, and you're gonna double the sneak attack too. So you just did 25 points of damage.
Is it dead?
Please explain what this looks
Yes!
like as you cut this
Okay.
frog open.
So I'm gonna like pull my sword out, and I'm gonna look down, and I'm gonna jump, and I'm gonna stick my sword in and just like rip down the side, and I'm trying to make a hole for Benson to get out so he doesn't take any more damage.
You Zorro all the way down this thing, ripping it open like an old curtain. As you do, in fact, watch Benson, and not just Benson, spill out, but a lot of this creature's innards as well. As the thing falls on its side, and Benson splashes out into the water. Rin, I think, runs over to him immediately and like pulls his head out of the water so that he's not drowning any longer. Would anyone like to do something quickly to help Benson?
I want to start splashing water on him to make sure that like the acid gets off of his skin.
Yeah, make a medicine check for me.
My rolls have been terrible. That's better. 16.
All right, yeah, you do. You quickly come over, and with the help of Rin as well, just are able to get all of that muck and poison off of his body. With that, Benson, I would say you are currently stabilized. You are still unconscious, but you are stable.
All right.
Can I look through the viscera and grab, was it a spleen or a liver that she wanted?
You tell me.
Spleen. All right. I'm trusting Rin on this one. I'm gonna try and grab its spleen.
Take its spleen and its liver. Fuck it, just in case.
Yeah.
Roll a survival check for me.
Uh-oh.
Nice. Okay. You kind of go through the guts of this giant frog, and easily you find and cut out the spleen of this creature. You are gunked up rather badly yourself, though not as badly as Benson. So you're a medium creature, right?
Yes.
Or a small, yeah, as a medium creature.
Medium.
Yeah, you need to carry this thing with both of your hands in front of you. It is big. It's floppy. You kind of wash it off in this pond water a little bit so that it isn't dripping all over you as you continue to carry it. That chorus of croaking from around this pond subsides, and you would imagine definitely enough frog spleen for whatever Susan needs it for.
It better be. Granny Susan better use that whole frog spleen.
Awesome, guys. We're good.
All right. So can Pua and I carry Benson since he has the spleen?
Yes.
All right. Let's go back to Susan.
The way I imagine this going is, Rin's gonna be in front carrying his body, and since I'm so small, I'm gonna be behind with like his little legs, just like holding up his legs.
Yeah, it takes you longer to get back. It probably takes an hour and a half or so moving through the swamp back to Susan's hut before you get there. By the time you get there, night has fallen. And you go up, and there is a lantern hanging outside of Susan's hut um, as you get closer. Um, Susan Susan is not the first to notice of you. Actually, Normal is. Normal seems to be sitting at a window looking out for you, and get very excitedly starts turning around and chittering as it sees you coming. And then Susan comes and opens the door to find you. Oh, what happened? Are you all okay? What happened to Benny?
A frog swallowed him.
They're only this big.
There was a real big one.
Not this
Oh.
one. And I hold up the spleen.
Oh, now that's what I call a spleen. Come on in. Just come on in. Bring the spleen and Benny. Yeah.
Is James still inside?
Oh yeah, he is napping. He is
alive,
leaning.
okay.
He
He's
still
alive.
he has that shawl. Well, you don't know. You could do a medicine check. But he has covered in that shawl. He is leaning up next to the fire, and you see drool going down his face.
So can we put Benson on the bed?
You do, yeah. You go over and put Benson on the bed, and as you do, Susan starts rummaging around through some stuff, and here we go. Yes, okay. And Susan kind of goes over, almost like roughly grabs Benson by the face and makes his mouth pucker, and unstoppers this bottle and just shoves it into his mouth. Benson, you see his body start to like gag and react a little bit, and all of a sudden he's coughing and sputtering as Benson comes back to full health.
Yay!
Jeez, what was that? Like a really potent healing potion?
Are you asking Susan?
What?
Susan, that's quite the powerful potion you have there.
Oh yes, I can use many reagents from around the swamp to make very useful things.
Indeed.
Yes.
I'll trade you some of this spleen for some of that potion.
Seriously.
Well, yeah, bring the spleen over here. And she kind of points to a table.
Blech. I put it down on the table and start wiping the gunk off of my feathers.
Sure.
Would you like some lizard jerky to make you feel better?
I would like to just not.
Okay. And she goes and takes this like rusty knife and goes over the spleen and grabs a hunk of it and just cuts a bunch off. And she walks back over to the cauldron.
So Susan, what kind of demon are you summoning?
Oh. Well, I guess we'll see what comes up.
Oh, so you don't even really know.
Well, and with her bloody hands, she goes and starts drawing the curtains over the windows.
Yes.
I think I'm having some stranger
Can
danger.
Can I pick up Normal and like cuddle him? 'Cause-
Yeah. And
Okay.
he seems just fine, kind of like nuzzles into you. Its antenna kind of tickling your face a little bit. So as you do, she says, the herbs, please. Were you able to get the herbs too?
They're in my backpack.
All right, let's have them.
Someone get them for me. I don't really want to get out of this sweet bed.
All right, I'll get the herb done.
It's very comfy. Oh, thank you. And she grabs the herbs. Okay. So Susan draws the curtains on her windows. The only light source in the hut is the eerie green glow that emanates from the mixture bubbling in the large snail shell cauldron. Susan adds the final ingredients. First, the herbs, which burn as they are incorporated into the mixture. This causes Susan to cackle with delight, while Normal clicks its mandibles cheerily. Oh, great spirit! Heed my call! Susan intones as she adds the frog spleen. Rise and grant me the wisdom I seek. The ritual ends with a flash and a whoosh of air whips the curtains open. Susan steps back as you all stare at the cauldron. Um, and as you do, there's a moment where all is still. And then slowly a hand reaches out and grabs onto the side, and a creature pulls itself out. Um, at first, you see just these pointy little little ears sticking up out of the cauldron. Uh, these pink, weird-looking things.
Is it a pig?
It's
As
so cute.
it pulls itself out, all of a sudden the cauldron falls over as it gets over the edge and spills that mixture everywhere. You all step back. James wakes up and starts backing up away from this thing. As this kind of furry around the face, little almost humanoid looking thing, but very small, looks out at you. Susan quickly begins asking a flurry of questions. Tell me now, why did I see that vision? What is the burning thing in the forest? What was the watching thing at a distance? Tell me, please! This creature, though, seems entirely unconcerned with the thing Susan is asking it. It looks around, seeing all of you there, and as it takes you all in, it attacks. And we'll pick it up right there next time.
But it's so cute.
Oh no.
Summoning demons, everyone. Definitely the way to go.
Ooh.
Good stuff, my friends. So we found some frog spleens. You have a nest charm.
It's so cute.
I know.
It looks like something off The Masked Singer.
It's definitely wipe my face off, isn't it?
Yeah, some things we'll work on for next week. I'll make sure everyone has an icon. We can use, some of that official Humblewood art for the icon.
Oh, so it doesn't have to be this arbitrary clip art I found.
I mean, whatever. I don't know who has rights to that clip art, though. At least this stuff I know we paid for to be able to use. And then I'll try to make the layout a little bit prettier. I know that the Susan's Hut map, for instance, doesn't quite track to the space that I have it on. We'll work at that. I'll really, really, really try to make sure that I don't mute all of us at the very beginning of the stream again.
Unmute.
Unmute, yes, please, for the love of God. I will take chat suggestion, maybe, and make this demon have the face of Sneaky T. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching today. I had a lot of fun. We players should be prepared to possibly, like, middle of next section, level up. This is kind of like the last... I mean, unless you all die in the fight with a demon, which is quite possible. This is the last little leg of the first part of this adventure. So definitely I would start thinking about that fun level 2 stuff you might want to take. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you guys again so much for playing. And we will see all of you next Thursday at 7 o'clock. Bye.